The Bleacher Report interview between Draymond Green and Kevin Durant has been making moves all around YouTube, but one specific moment in particular is of interest to Raptors fans, where Kevin Durant and Draymond Green agreed that the Warriors would have easily beaten the Raptors in the 2019 finals if Kevin Durant was healthy. So in this video, we're going to break down what would have happened if KD was playing. Let's get into it. Welcome NBA and Raptors fans to Amateur Hour Sports. This is a channel where you get NBA content with a focus on the Toronto Raptors at least 4 days a week. That is Monday, Wednesday, Friday, and Saturday. This is your Saturday episode. We're breaking down what Kevin Durant said about the Raptors in the Chips interview with Bleacher Report and Draymond Green. So if you like what you see from today's video and want more of myself talk about the NBA and the Raptors in videos and content just like this, make sure to hit that subscribe button down below to show support to the channel. On a road to 6,000 subscribers. Thank you for the great support coming on the channel recently. If you want more NBA content with the folks around, you can check out the Twitch channel, twitch.tv/amateursports, and the Twitch highlight channel, amateur archive links in the description. But let's get down to business for today's video. We're talking about Kevin Durant and Draymond Green, who were talking about the Toronto Raptors in the recent interview. I'm sure you've seen it at this point, and it was an interesting interview. It was very enlightening, but the one specific moment that, kind of raised my eyebrows a bit was when they were talking about the Toronto Raptors 2019 NBA Finals, because the Warriors had come off back-to-back championships and were looking like they were going to go for a three-peat. But a Kevin Durant injury in the Western Conference semis kept him out for pretty much the entire NBA Finals, and Draymond Green and Kevin Durant kind of brushed over the fact. They just agreed with not really any discussion that the Warriors would have easily, as quoted by Kevin Durant, won the 2019 NBA Finals if he was healthy. Take a look here what they said.
You didn't do 3 years there, 2 championships, would have been 3 had you not got hurt easily.
So very short discussion. They didn't really talk about that at all. That's not what the interview was about. But for a Raptors fan who, consistently has to deal with the disrespect for the franchise online, anywhere on social media, kind of raised my eyebrows because, absolutely no credit was given to the Toronto Raptors, and, there was no reason for them to give that credit. But I did kind of want to make a video talking about what would have happened if Kevin Durant was healthy for that series. And what happened in the series was, as you know, the Toronto Raptors eventually win that series in 6 games, taking down the Golden State Warriors, winning all 3 games that were away from home, eventually coming away with the first and only championship so far in the history of the Toronto Raptors. The Warriors were looking for that three-peat, but couldn't quite manage it. Kevin Durant, if he was playing, well, we saw him actually play in one of the games. In Game 5, a do-or-die game for the Warriors at the Scotiabank Arena, Kevin Durant played only 1 quarter. He had 12 minutes before he re-aggravated his injury, thus missing the entire season after signing with the Brooklyn Nets. But in that 1 quarter that he played, he put up 11 points and was fantastic in that 1 quarter. And as a Raptors fan, I was very concerned watching him return from injury because the Raptors were up 3-1, and I feel, okay, just one of the next 3, but if Kevin Durant is back, it is absolutely going to be a problem, and that is why I wanted to lock it up as quick as possible. Didn't manage it in Game 5, but in Game 6, it did eventually materialize. But in that one game, I kind of attribute the Golden State Warriors winning that Game 5 to the quick start that they had as a result of Kevin Durant playing. So after only playing a quarter for the Golden State Warriors in that game, I feel like it was pretty much enough to help them get the win. So if Kevin Durant can have that just insane influence only playing in 1 quarter, if Kevin Durant was playing the whole series, yeah, I agree. The Golden State Warriors would win that series. And I have to agree with Kevin Durant, Draymond Green on this one. The Warriors would win that series. Is it a little bit disrespectful to kind of talk about it in that way? Well, maybe, but I think that the reality is for, a lot of Raptors fans, we think that, sure, the Warriors would have been able to win that championship had Kevin Durant been healthy. And, I don't think really that's a bit of a disrespect to the Toronto Raptors because the Warriors, that was the greatest set of players ever assembled. Kevin Durant joined a team that went 73-9. They didn't need any more help, but they needed somebody else apparently, and they brought in Kevin Durant. That team was the greatest team ever assembled. Kevin Durant, Steph Curry, Klay Thompson, Draymond Green, all around other players in that team. That team was absolutely going to win every championship that they played in, but not having Kevin Durant gave the Toronto Raptors that edge to go and win the championship. And that's the bottom line about all of these discussions surrounding this. The bottom line is that it doesn't really matter the what ifs. If Kevin Durant had played, if this had happened, if Klay Thompson didn't get injured in Game 6, all of that is irrelevant to the fact. And the fact of the matter is that the Toronto Raptors ended up winning that 2019 NBA championship. All they needed to do was beat the team that was in front of them. What are the Toronto Raptors supposed to do in this situation? Because they get clowned online a lot. It doesn't get to me in any way whatsoever, because the fact is, again, the Toronto Raptors did win the championship. But everybody talks about how it's a fake ring, it doesn't count because of this, that, and the third. But what were they supposed to do? I always ask people when they discredit NBA championships, and I would never discredit an NBA championship. Sure, some championships can be more easily won than others, but the bottom line is that every team goes through the same parameters. Whether, it's the bubble season, every team had to deal with the same circumstances. Every team has to go out and win all of those games. All 16 of the games go win an NBA championship. And if there's injuries, then so be it. Injuries are a part of the game, so there's no sense of crying about it for so long into the future. Sure, the Warriors, maybe they would have won that championship, but they didn't. And that's the bottom line. The fact is, the Raptors ended up winning 16 games in that playoffs and ended up getting the NBA championship. No other team in the NBA won more than 14 games en route to the Raptors winning that championship. So it's deserved because they go out and win the championship. Sure, maybe with the injury, the Raptors may not have won the championship, but I guess we will never know, because every team suffers injuries, and the Warriors, especially the Warriors, have won championships off the back of injuries. I mean, what about that first one against the Cleveland Cavaliers, where not only was Kyrie Irving injured, but Kevin Love as well was injured for that series, and LeBron still did a pretty good job in that series, taking it to 6 games. So injuries are just a part of the game. There's nothing you can do to combat that. They're just a part of the game. Trainers and scientists are trying to work towards a way where we can limit the amount of injuries that happen to players. But the simple fact of the matter is that they are a part of the game. So as injuries happen, opposition teams, what are they going to do? So do you think, basically, if the Warriors don't have their best player in Kevin Durant, do the Raptors have to compensate for that by just saying, okay, you know what, since you don't have your best player, we're going to bench our best player for this game, Kawhi Leonard, to even the playing ground a little bit? No, absolutely not. As a team in any sport whatsoever, you can only play what is in front of you. And the Raptors, en route to the championship, went through Orlando, Philly, the Bucks, and the Golden State Warriors. That's all they could do. That's all they were allowed to do. They have to play against whoever is in front of them. And the team that was in front of them was the Warriors, who got to the final without Kevin Durant, by the way. I mean, they swept their way through the Western Conference Finals. So if the Warriors were so bad and so stricken without Kevin Durant, then how did they even get to the finals? No other team could stop them on their way there. The Houston Rockets played through a Game 6, an elimination game where Kevin Durant wasn't playing, and after complaining for a full year about the Chris Paul injury in the season prior, where Chris Paul was injured for Game 6 and 7, and the Rockets fell to the Warriors in the Western Conference Finals, the season after, Kevin Durant isn't available for the penultimate Game 6 elimination game, and the Rockets still don't win. Portland gets swept. So if it was so easy to beat that Golden State Warriors team, why didn't any other team do it? So again, bottom line, I'm pretty sure that if the Warriors had Kevin Durant for that series, they would have won. I don't think that's an indictment against the Raptors. I don't think that's any sort of disrespect. It is what it is. That was the greatest team ever assembled, and if they have their best player, then they probably beat the Raptors. But it doesn't really matter about the what ifs, because the fact of the matter, again, is the Raptors did end up winning that championship, and they do have that championship on their resume, unlike a lot of other teams in the NBA, and that is all we need to care about in this discussion. Say anything you want to discredit the championship. It's a championship at the end of the day. So what did you guys make of Kevin Durant and Draymond Green's comments about the Raptors in that interview? Did you like it? Did you think it was a little bit disrespectful? Was it facts and they were allowed to say it? Let me know all of your thoughts and opinions in the comments down below, because that wraps it for today. Thank you so much for watching this video. If you are still, be sure to hit that like button. If you did enjoy the video, it really was a long way to helping us reach some new viewers for the channel, that YouTube algorithm. You can also check out the Twitch channel for even more NBA content, twitch.tv/amateursports. And if you can't catch the streams, or you just simply don't want to, you can also check out the stream highlight channel, Amateur Hour Archive. All the links in the description. You can also subscribe to the channel on a road to 6,000 subscribers. You can help us get there by subscribing. It would really mean a lot if you did subscribe. Some other videos by the channel you may enjoy. And always remember, at the end of the day, believe what I say, and if you disagree, that is okay. Enjoy the grind, and I'll see you again next time for another video.